We motherfucking back. It's Hood Tales with Conehead. It's been a lovely week this week. Thank y'all for checking out my videos, my lives. Appreciate the support. Everybody who, subscribe, like, you know what I'm saying, hit the notification, and you can see me do my thing, It's been a pretty dope week this week. Got a lot of little blessings here and there. Had some setbacks, but for the most part, thank God it's Friday, which is a lovely Friday, even though it's been raining most of the day. Had a lot of things I had to do this morning and was able to get them done. So thank you. Pat yourself on the back sometimes. I guess today, I just want to talk about, a situation, a story that I had going on back in the day when I was in them streets. I actually was reminiscing and going back down memory lane about when I used to be a master chef. And when I say master chef, I used to be able to do my thing. I still can. I mean, it's like riding a bike. I ain't done it in a long time, but I was a veteran, a seasoned veteran with that. But yeah, and it was a skill that I learned from one of my cousins. God bless your soul, cousin Cecil. I miss you. I love you. He passed away while I was locked up, but you always in here. You always in little cuz heart. Rest in peace, cousin Kenny. He passed away from cancer, and cousin Cecil passed away from cancer as well. But we're gonna send a shout out to them. Shout out to my little cousin, Tremaine, and family, his mama, sister. Family. Love y'all. But I remember one day I was in my old one bedroom, one bathroom apartment, in a disclosed location, and I remember I was sitting there watching Minister Society one day, and I remember when KD was trying to get some Ready Rock, so he was kind of like, he like, hey man, you got to go in the back and fix it yourself. Them boys was caught up on that video with O-Dog and everything. And I remember watching that scene when he had cut the water on, had the jar, put that flame to it, had his product, and got to work. And then you see him in there busting down whatever he was going to serve that day. So, luckily I had older cousins that was in that life that was plugged in all over the country. Them boys used to get money. And, cuz actually went on a run for like a long time and ended up getting caught. And then he ended up getting extradited back where he from, and he had to go do some prison time for that. But he comes home, he on parole or whatever. And I'm like, cuz I need to learn how to do this shit. My cousin, one of them Jerry Curl gangster niggas from back in the 80s. Them boys wore Forrest Gumps, aka Cortez, Nike Cortez, and them boys had Jerry Curls. Niggas just walk around with Jerry Curls. That was the style. The boys had gold chains, bracelets, watches. And I don't know if too many people know about the nugget bracelets and the necklaces and shit and the rings. Them boys had nuggets. Them boys had gold rope chains. Them boys had Figaro's, Links, Cubans, and all that. Them niggas was Jerry Curl gangsters, and I love my big cousins. So I'm talking to cousin Cecil one day, and I'm like, man, I need to learn how to chef up, man. So he took me in the kitchen. He said, where your product? I said, okay, here it is. And he took me step by step, and I learned how to cook it the old school way, the back in the day way. Even though I know the grade was different around that time, because them boys used to get damn near pure, but I had my little grade. So the funny thing was, I'm sitting in there watching. So he like, hey man, like nigga, you finna do this. Like you ain't finna sit in and I'm finna do all your work. No, you finna get in here. You fuck up. You fuck up. So I got in there. He told me what to do. I followed the instructions quite well, and I did all right. I got back. I was over. So I met some people down the road, like years later. And the crazy thing was, these cats was doing shit different. They were doing the shit in the microwave. So I never learned or wanted to learn how to do the microwave because I just, I guess it was different. I'm so hands on with it. I'm just like, cool. But I knew other cats that learn how to do it that way, which, either way you go, you can't go wrong. And then I remember I had a partner named Jit. Jit was one of the, he was like, I hadn't graduated the executive chef, but I was so tired of doing it. So I would, because I would get paid to chef. Like niggas would call me, say, bro, I need you to, you know what I'm saying, make my recipe good. So I'll get the little situation go together for him. I'm like, I think I was charging like 200 per, and I'm knocking that shit out the box in 15 minutes. So you gotta imagine, I ain't even gotta hustle or nothing. All I gotta do is chef. Like I have an apron in my hat, like Boyardee and shit. Like I was that guy. I remember I came one time. I had to rescue one of my cousins. He had some. They gave him some horrible. And every time he would he tried to fix it himself and it didn't work. So he called me. So I came all the way from out of bounds and went pull up on him, and we in the spot, and he like, cuz man, I need your help. Like, show me. So I'm showing him. Everybody's technique was different. I just grew up on the old school way of doing shit. So I get everything. I do my 1-2, follow the steps. So I could do it now. If I had everything I needed, I could do that shit right now, but no problem. I remember it's like clockwork. It's like when you do something so many times, it just come back to you naturally. You don't even have to like fight and figure it out. It just comes. So it was crazy because my big cousin showed me how to do that shit, and that was a way of me having a means to survive without even having to hustle in the streets. They come in and let me get you right. They used to call me chef. I know how to cook good, both spectrums, but it was cool. I was a person that once I tried that hand-to-hand combat shit, that shit wasn't for me. So I just decided to be in a different lane. But then when I picked up that skill, it was kind of crazy because I was like, damn, I don't even got to fucking do anything. I ain't got to go recruit. I ain't got to go find nothing. All I had to do was cook it on the stove, not the microwave. But like I say, man, that was some good times for me in my lifetime. I ain't gonna lie. I enjoyed the hustle. I enjoyed the streets. I did what I did, and I was blessed from it. Even though the devil can bless you too, because I had some evil blessings come my way as well. But it was just crazy how like I was so drawn to that lifestyle. Like people don't understand. Like I didn't want to do anything else. It wasn't nothing else for me to do. I didn't want to be a lawyer. I didn't want to be a doctor. I didn't want to be any of that shit. When I grew up, the people that was around me was them niggas that was at their house getting their money. Even though they was violating some of the laws of the streets, that was how they got down. And I learned a lot from my street father, Frank Nitty, and all them boys, JP, Fonton, rest in peace, Boston Baked Beans, aka Boy Baby. You know what I'm saying? He was cool. Shout out to my ex brother-in-law, One Dub. Them people were influential in my life because I saw them do it. I saw them boys get money. I saw them boys ride clean, had the bad chicks, had the this and this and that. And I just followed in the footsteps of being a product of my environment. But now I'm a better man. Now, I see things in a different lens, but at the same time, if I ever have to go back, just know I did it for the money, and I'm out.